Okay. All right. Have you? Sorry, did you not want me to stand up? Am I all? Well,
Sit down and start again. Where did you get?
Do you want me to start again?
No.
Well, because I've got to get up to walk round.
You're there.
Shall I start again?
No.
Hi. Today's St George's Day, and we want you to call about great Englishmen or great English ladies. I've just thought, Foxy, Fanny Craddock.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be somebody would go into our Hall of Fame for famous, great English people. We want people who represent England at home and abroad. You think of these people and you think of England.
And all day we've been playing English records and CDs on the radio, and we played Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water, and I said to Foxy, I can play that on the guitar.
And I know for a fact you can't.
So I'm now just going to prove that I can play that on the guitar. I just want to just take a couple of calls here. Line 1, who's that?
It's Lorraine.
Ah, Lorraine, Queen of Pan, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Stay there. Who's on line 2?
Well, that'll probably be me. Shall I call back in a while?
What, don't you want to hear me play the guitar?
Go on then.
This is like DJ Mike Reed all over again, isn't it? Right, I'm going to go around and play the guitar now. Is that not going to mess you up, Simon? Right. Now, first of all, before I do, this is what I'm going to sound like, okay, Pete? Lorraine?
Yeah.
And you? Listen, this is not me, this is Deep Purple. Oh, Foxy's doing air guitar. You got that, Lorraine?
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
You got that, Pete?
Oh, I used to bang my head to that.
That is not Foxy.
Well, no, that's not. No, that's
it's not me.
Will you listen? What did you say, Pete? You used to what?
I used to bang my head to that, I can tell you.
You wait till I play it. You'll be banging your head to it. Right, I'm going round. Jesse, you take over.
So hold on. Did you used
to
play a lot of guitar, or is it just this one?
No. I could play Rescue Me, Fontella Bass.
You sit here,
right?
Because otherwise you're
I
out
brought
of
my
shot.
guitar in from home. Right. You ready to rock?
Yeah, go on.
Doesn't really matter what different string I do it on, does it? Hang on. Right. It's all right. Oh. Right. Ready? Here we go. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Hang on.
It's Jeff Peters in the studio.
Hang on.
You're just strumming the same chord.
What do you reckon?
Dreadful. That's awful.
Oh, hang on. I have one more go, Pete. Okay. Is he still there?
Yeah.
Let me just have one more go. Hang on. You still there, Lorraine?
I am Foxy. Is that really him playing that guitar?
Yes, Lorraine, it is, but he's using one string. He needs
He's
to
a bit
use
like
more than
Elvis
one
then, isn't
string.
he? Only
Let me have
one
another
string.
go. That's better. Now, I must confess, Pete, Lorraine, that was a little lad called Aaron. What school are you from, Aaron?
Cow's High.
Cow's High. What do you reckon, Lorraine?
I reckon he done brilliant. Well done, Aaron.
And what do you reckon, Pete?
Yeah, the second version of that was really good.
Now his dad is Dave. He works on he runs the water taxi, the Folly water bus, which I know nothing about. Why they need a water bus down at the Folly, I don't know. We'll find out in a mo. Stay there, Aaron. Right, we'll do Lorraine first, then Pete. What did you want to say, Lorraine?
Well, you're on about great people of England, and I reckon Clive Cash could be one. You know, where he reckons where he's been in prison, he wants to come out and rehabilitate all these young children and go around the schools and that. What do you reckon about that, then?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't really.
Dear Lorraine, what we're trying to do is find people who represent England, great Englishmen, not some has-been bank robber.
Alex knows one saying this.
All right, thank you very much. Right, Pete, your big day, St George's Day. So here it is. For many people, it could be Christmas Day, their birthday, New Year's Eve. For you, it's St George's Day. What does it mean to you now, Pete, in this day and age?
These day and age, well, today I'm prepared to celebrate the past, but I agree with what Foxy said earlier, that we're not in any position at the moment to celebrate the present. So let's concentrate on the past. But for the sake of that young lad you got in the studio there, did you say his name's Aaron?
Aaron.
Yeah, for the sake of Aaron, we really need to get this country back together. I'm sure everybody will agree with that, and we should look upon the present period in our history as a blip. I personally absolutely believe that it's possible to get this country back on its feet, and we will do that in the future. But for now, let's celebrate the past. I've got a little list for you.
Okay.
Queen Boadicea, Queen of the Iceni tribe, kicked the Romans' backsides and almost succeeded in kicking them out of our country.
Almost.
Queen Elizabeth I did something very similar to the Spanish, but she succeeded, where Boadicea only came close. Isambard Kingdom Brunel, wonderful engineer.
Oh, yes.
Sparked off the Industrial Revolution, or he didn't spark it off, but he was a very central person within it. Actually, I think I'll go to the ladies. I'll stay with the ladies. Forget Isambard for a moment. Let's celebrate the best of British womanhood for the time being. Emmeline Pankhurst, a woman who refused to be treated as a second-class citizen and insisted on equal rights for women. I think she's a wonderful woman and a great role model for all women. So I take my hat off to her.
Okay.
On a slightly sort of more light-hearted note, Georgie Palmer, the South Today weather girl, for just being the most beautiful, jaw-droppingly gorgeous woman in Britain.
An English rose, great idea.
Who's Georgie Palmer?
The weather girl.
The girl on South Today. She is just staggeringly gorgeous.
Is she?
Yeah.
They never have. BBC South usually have quite plain girls doing the weather.
Not Georgie.
No, do you know, Pete, you're right. When we think of great English people, the English rose, the pretty English girl, has got to be something that we have to think of.
Exactly. Anyway, let's get back
Oh,
to the
Susan
men now.
George, is that what you mean?
Susan George.
Susan George, a few years ago.
Yeah, there's another one. Let's get back to the men now. Shakespeare and Dickens for ensuring that English literature has dominated
Shakespeare
the
was
world.
overrated.
I don't think so. Oh, he's a wonderful man.
Now, just because you're not into it, Alex, and I'm not into it, I still think that Shakespeare definitely has got to be a great Englishman.
Noel Coward and Kenneth Williams for just being the most quick-witted and humorous men
Yes.
possibly ever.
Peter Cook.
Another one, fantastic. And here's a bloke for you, an industrialist, a fella called William Lever, who he started up the soap, the Port Sunlight Soap Enterprise. This man wasn't just a great entrepreneur. He was a philanthropist, and I'm not going to say that word again for a second time because it's a pretty difficult one to get your tongue round.
Does that mean he cheated on his wife?
No, that means that not only did he start up an enterprise, but he also set up an entire community around it for the benefit of his workers. He put in place a school, medical facilities, a theatre, you name it, good quality housing, and we're talking about Victorian times. He was a great industrial leader, and head and shoulders above anything that exists in this country today.
What about more recent times, Pete?
I'll tell you what, I'd like to celebrate one fairly young fella who I think is a great Englishman of today, and that is Jamie Oliver, the celebrity.
Oh, you're joking.
No, listen,
Let me tell you why. We've got enormous amounts of social breakdown going on in this country at the moment. Jamie Oliver is the only person I can think of out of all 60 million of us who's actually taken a strand of social decay.
And he's trying to do something.
Yeah, his heart may be in the right place, but he's not really a great Englishman, is he?
Well, he's the only person in the whole country, as far as I can see, who's actually doing something about the social breakdown.
What
going
about
on.
David Beckham?
But no, he's not a great Englishman.
All right, what about
He's a
David
nice
Beckham?
enough guy.
Before David Beckham had the... well, I don't know whether he had an affair or not, because I don't read those papers and
Allegedly.
magazines. Right, but before he went crazy with the tattoos, before he had the affair, or allegedly had the affair, or whatever happened, then I thought he was a great father, a great husband, a great sportsman, and a great role model for not just English kids, British kids and kids
He's
all
not
around
a
the
bad
West.
bloke. He's not a bad bloke, but I'd put Bobby Moore above him.
Oh, yes, head and shoulders.
For a role model for kids.
We're not necessarily
The business.
We're not necessarily talking. We're not necessarily talking role models. We're talking about people who represent England, and you would have to put both Bobby Moore and David Beckham
All right,
as.
then, I'll bow to your suggestion there, Foxy, and I'll accept David Beckham.
What about that bloke who... Oh, I can't remember his name now. A bit of... was it Hugh...
Hugh Grant?
Fry and Laurie?
Ah, you're talking about.
Stephen Fry.
Stephen Fry.
Yeah, what about Stephen Fry? Isn't he a great Englishman?
He's in the same mould as people like Noel Coward and Kenneth Williams, isn't he? I wouldn't put him in the same class as those two.
What about the monarchy, Pete?
Well,
Oh,